All
Man,
right,
I think
fellas.
I'm a little too excited, bro.
Man, yo, listen, I hear it and I freaking love it. I'm excited too, brother. I'm excited my damn self. Yo, what's the name of that spot you was talking about, Eli? That thing about going across on the boat.
It's a dry. I don't know how to say that.
Tortugas, Tortugas,
Tortoise,
Tortugas.
Tortugas National Park.
Okay, yeah, dry
Tortugas. Hey, Ron,
tortugas.
can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I had put something on the thread. It's like 70 miles from Key West, and obviously the only way you can get there is by boat. So
Hmm.
I mean, it basically would take the whole day. I mean, getting out there, getting back. You have to have tickets to even get on the boat to get to the place. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay,
it's yeah,
okay. That sounds like another reason to drive to ride down there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That
there's so
sounds
Hey,
much
I
to
think
see.
I think the second time around, my wife wants to come, so I'm gonna do that.
bring the missus with you. I'm gonna bring mine too.
Yeah, she wants to come, so
You gonna be
she
riding or
gonna ride with her. No, I'm
okay.
riding. Yeah, we riding.
Okay, good. So I'll ride. I'll bring my wife as well. So we'll just bring the ladies with us, and then get after that. I know Ron is down there, so Ron knows a whole lot. Um,
Yeah, I've been out there 4 times.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, so Ron, what's the attractions? What do you recommend as far as when we get down there? Like, I don't drink or smoke, so
Neither me.
good food. I'm down with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so much to see along the way. I don't know, Sensei, how you want to do this. If you want to stop at some places along the way, but I mean, obviously you got Duval Street. Everything's right there, actually in Key West. There's a place down on the way. It's near Marathon Key. It's called Robbie's. It's
Robbie's.
like it's like a restaurant tourist stop. They got this place where you can go in the back, feed the tarpon. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Um, there's another place. It's a eating place. It's called Keys Fishery, and then there's another one called Kiki's Sandbar,
Is that
and
in
there
Key West?
it's on the way. It's not actually in Key West.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that's just a couple things to throw out there. And then there's a couple of spots right before you get to 7 Mile Bridge. There's a place on the right and there's a place on the left. Get something to eat as well. It's not a
Okay.
tourist stop. It's just places to eat.
So for me, this is why I like doing these calls, right? Like I was saying on the last call, if there's anything that anybody want to do, me, I'm not. I've been to Key West one time, right? When I ride, I ride. I like to visit different locations. But whatever you guys have that you say you want to go, like how Eli's talked about that park, I was stoked to get in that boat. I don't care, but I know it's going to be a
Mm,
bunch of us. It's going to take time to do it, but whatever you guys do, Ron, you know way more than I do, way more than all of us, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you might have some ideas, brother. Throw it out there because it's all based on what everybody says.
Right.
I'm with whatever. I'm with whatever. I can't
So
speak for everybody else.
Eli, there is one place that actually is in Key West. It's called Zachary Taylor. You might want to Google it and look at that. It's a historical place. It might something you might want to look at, or we can look at.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down. Like I said, I'm down for whatever, man. I got the green light from the family. I'm with y'all, man.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm riding with y'all. So
I'm
whatever we got all day, man.
I see this now too. Fort Zachary Taylor Historic State Park.
Yes, that's it.
Ooh, that's nice. Oh, and it's right by the beach too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
And
And
they
then
got
I don't know when you guys are planning on going back because as I told you before, my wife and I are just gonna spend the night there.
mm-hmm.
But if you go down to Mallory Square, that's where everybody kind of goes and hangs out, watches the sunset. I mean, it's really nice. You can get some good pictures and whatnot. Um, but I think you're probably gonna be heading back before that. But just another thing to throw out if you go out again next time.
No, not if we are. We'll
Okay,
be
yeah,
okay.
when,
Yeah,
when. Let me
yeah,
let
yeah,
me
yeah,
change
yeah,
that. When.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we
My
got a
bad.
couple. We got a second group. We got a second group, man. As a matter of fact, Uno Solo he couldn't make it because of family issues, stuff he's dealing with, and Karen she couldn't make it. But I told him, yo, we gonna do another one real soon. They're like, word, let's go. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
good. Ron, if it's okay with you, brother, we'll utilize you as just the source of information because you know it way more than we do.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, man, I'm open. We're open to it. We're open to getting down there. We got a lot of people that's still gonna be rolling. Most of them couldn't make the call tonight, but they're gonna get this video. I'll share it on the group tonight so they can get a link of it. They can sit back and kind of watch what we're talking about. The meetup times is gonna be nice and early, guys. You know, like tomorrow, Reezy, he put a excellent. I mean, he couldn't word it any better than what he put on the thread. And I'm just gonna go up to his thing real quick because he worded it perfectly. As a matter of fact, the way he worded it, it made my blood pressure go up, and I'm a ground pounder, so my blood pressure went up. Okay, folks, we're one day and a few hours out from meeting up to head to Key West. I'm fighting with somebody in the background. I'm not sure who's have somebody in the background, but I could hear it a lot. So, okay, folks, we are one day and a few hours out from meeting up to head to Key West. Charge those camera batteries, that air compressor, the battery jump box, the bike battery, the portable battery. Charge your Cardo, your Cena, or whatever intercom. Clean those helmet visors. Wash the bike. T-clock that bike. Check those tire pressures and wheels. Check your gauges and controls. Check your lights. Check your oil levels and other fluids. Check that kickstand. Check your bag, your bike bag. Make sure you got your rain gear. Let's ride, baby. So I'm telling you, this is the whole list of what this call was going to be about tonight. It's almost like as if Reezy already knew it already. He threw it out there. We just got to make sure that all of our bikes are definitely ready to go for those of us who's riding down from Georgia. Tools, I'm going to pack a piece of equipment that's going to be able to fit every socket on every one of our motorcycles. So anything that happens, I'm going to have that available. I'm going to have a headlight if there's anything. I think Solo was going to bring an air compressor, but I'm going to have that too. If anybody have any first aid, you got one? Yeah, just throw that,
I got
in
one.
the bag. Yep.
And I got a small aid kit, first aid kit as well.
Perfect.
Real small, like travel size, but it still works. I got gauze, I got tourniquet, I got.
Perfect. Throw that in the bag too, bro. That's perfect. And I'm gonna bring some pig spit so we can clean up our bikes. When we're finished, we can spray our bikes up. Anybody ever heard of pig spit?
Oh yeah, I got some.
My man.
Yeah, I got some too.
Perfect. Yep. Eli, you got pig spit?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that name just threw me off.
Yo, when I seen Eli didn't say nothing, I said, I know he's probably trying to figure it out. Yo, pig spit, right? It's magic, bro. I mean, the thing really cleans your bike up, bro. Like the metal, like the exhaust, your engine, all that stuff. It really cleans up your motorcycle. I'll bring a can for you. All right, I'll bring you a can.
I appreciate it, bro. I gotta see this. The name is ridiculous.
Oh, it's pig spit.
It's pig spit for real, bro. When you get a chance, look it up on YouTube. And like I said, I'll bring you a can, man. I'll bring you a can. That way you could be a part of the pig spit squad. You're gonna be hooked to pig spit. You're gonna be like, can I get some spit? Watch, bro. I'm telling you. So is there any other questions that you guys might be thinking about or whatever? Any concerns, anything?
Well, I have a question, and I kind of put it on the thread earlier. So as you guys know, I live down here in the Tampa area. I know you guys coming down 75 and then you're going to take the toll road. Is that still the case?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because what I want to do, instead of just us going straight to Miami, my wife and I want to try to meet you guys somewhere on 75. So I don't know how you planned out the gas stops, if you've even done that yet.
No, we never plan gas stops because you never know. The miles, everything is always different, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about, hey, we riding. Let's stop here. It might be somebody might get real tired and we just stop off a little early. But what we can do, Ron, is I got to make sure I have your phone number. That all of us have your number. That way, when we get a little closer towards that area, we can call you and just let you know where we are. And I'll send you a glimpse. I have the Glimpse app.
Okay.
That way you can just kind of track where we are.
Okay.
That's another route too.
Well, I'll tell you this. Once you guys get to Gainesville, get on the other side, you go across the swamp. You'll pass a rest area, then you start going across the swamp. If you call me when you get there, then I'll start heading to this there's a Lowe's right there at mile marker 314. It's kind of
Okay.
close to before you get to the split going to the turnpike,
Mhm.
and then I can meet y'all there.
So what you
Yep.
could do, just I'm not gonna remember anything that you just said. So
Okay.
so just throw me a text, or even throw it in a group thread.
Okay.
That way, if I forget, that means Ron might get it or Eli might get it. That way, we can just make sure we connect with you. So when we pull off, we could just put it in the group thread and also reach out to you directly on the phone if
Yeah.
everybody's in agreement with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm gonna download Glimpse as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I downloaded it the other day.
How do you spell it?
GLYMPSE.
Okay. I'll download it.
Yeah, it's a great app. It's a really good app. Glimpse. And they have I haven't done the premier version of it. I'm only using the free one, but you can get the paid version where you can actually do like a personal tags, and you could do group sharing and all that stuff with it too. All right. The ride concept is this, right? The goal is to not get too fatigued on this ride. It's not to try to push excessively where people can get really tired. The goal is to make the ride very doable, kind of break it up into numbers. Every 2 hours we'll pull off, take a break. For some people have never ridden really far before. Some of them might try to push through it, and they know damn well they want to stop. Me, I have no problem with saying I'm tired, because if I'm tired, I'm tired. Like I've been up, like for example, I've been working on motorcycles all morning trying to get another bike together before this trip. Not mine, but another brother's bike. It's been on the lift. I've been coaching, all that. I'm dead tired right now. You look at my eyes, it look like I'm smoking weed, and I don't smoke. All right, so most people have that ego and that pride, and they don't want to say it. You feel me? I
Yeah.
like to ride with non-ego people who's like, bro, my ass is hurting me. My ass is real numb. I need to pull over and rest a little bit. Not forever. So we're going to break it up into like 2.5 hours, kind of see how we feel. The first push, we go on 3 hours. The first push, we go on 3 hours. We're going to take our time and push, bring in the morning. That way we're 3 hours ahead. We ain't got to worry about nothing. That gives us another, 5 hours, 6 hours of riding, if that, depending on the traffic and all the other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
glad you
guys,
brought that up, Sensei.
yeah.
I got a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Right. So let's just say the number of people that's coming along, right, is still 14. How do you feel about the rest stop? Or not the rest stop, the state line? Because I know Florida crossing on 75. I'm not sure if it's a 3-lane or I can't remember, because I usually cut through by Savannah, so by 16 going down to Florida, and that's a 2-lane. So I don't know if we could pull over on the side and take that state line.
No,
What's
no,
the
no, no, no,
word?
no, no, no. The rest area has the state line. The rest area,
Got
right?
you. Okay.
Yeah, you get off.
Okay.
You get off at the rest area, and they have a actual mimic of the actual Florida state line. So that way everybody will be safe, and you just get off and
Yeah.
take photos, and then we're good. That's a good question. Great question.
Got you. All right.
I don't know if you guys remembered, but I had mentioned leading the pack. My goal is this, right? Is to get a lot. Well, right now, as you guys could tell, there's a foundation already being built of the Ride Fit Nation movement, right? There is a big movement coming, and you guys are going to be pretty excited of all the things I'm going to talk about in the future to come. Y'all going to be like, damn, I didn't know it was going to be like this. This is amazing, right? I'm talking about family, friend stuff. I'm talking about gatherings, events, rides. I'm talking about gifts, all these fun stuff with the group. But I know for a fact, if we don't have strong road captains, then the group rides would be terrible and dangerous, right? If we don't have people who is willing to learn, like, in my brain already got Ron as a road captain. Well, I mean, he knows that already. Ron, to me, is like a perfect guy to get in front of a pack, take his time. He knows how to ride. He knows the hand gestures now, the hand signals, all these different things. Solo, he's learning about blocking because he watched what I do when I'm blocking. Why I'm saying that is when we have big numbers, the stronger we get with riding, the stronger we get when it comes to going to big rides like Texas or California, right? That way, when we're riding, everybody understands their job. When we're doing the ride, if anybody want to take the lead for the next hour, the next 2 hours, man, just step up and say, yo, I want to take the lead now. I want to be a part of that lead. It's nervous. It's nerve-wracking in the beginning. But once you get up there, bro, it's like it takes you away from like being the guy in the middle or the guy in the back. And it kind of gives you a little feeling of independence too. You know what I'm saying? It makes you a stronger rider as far as you might decide to start getting your 20 guys to ride with you. And you want to have that knowledge, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here, like you guys, I know we got 2 military guys on this call. I learned a new military term, SAC. Well, SAC. It was a SAC, right?
No,
Eli?
PAX. It was PAX.
Pack.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like, PAX,
PAX.
man. I looked it up online and I saw there's a different military term called PAX. I said, I wonder if he's talking about like people. So my point is, I want to pick people's brains for what they know and what I don't know. Like when it comes to group riding and hand signals and all that stuff, I'm the guy to come and talk to. And there's other guys in the group that you can talk to, right? Because that's the stuff that I do in my club when I was riding with Iron Bread, was I took that very, very serious. Broman, who is my partner in the Ride Fit Nation, he's like a silent partner. Broman is like a beast with Road Captain, and he's my teacher. He's the dude I look at. I'm like, yeah, I want to be just like him when I grow up, because he knows how to lead and lead safely. And I'm gonna give you guys an example, just so everybody is understanding this. If you're on a highway and and these are the problems that I see with a lot of people, especially when you're just getting started. If you're on a highway and let's say there's a curve coming up, right? But that curve is kind of like a deep curve, and you can't really see what's coming around the curve. And let's say we move in a little bit over speed limit. Slow it down, because number one, you don't know if there's a truck that's right there stopped, just in the middle of the road. Number two, you don't know if there's going to be police right there, right? So if you can't see what's ahead of you, just slow it down. Number two is, the biggest problem is this. When we pull off at a gas station, and let's say we're filling up, whoever's leading, they never wait for the pack. They pull off and just go about their business, and not everybody got to play catch up. Never do that. When you pull off, when you coming out that gas station, you stop before you get onto that road. You make sure you stop. You check your rear view mirror. Make sure that every single bike is lined up behind you in their formation. Once those bikes are lined up, the blocker, which most of the times will be me, I prefer for somebody to actually lead the ride, so I can actually do the dangerous stuff. I could be the dude blocking traffic, because I'm going to be recording and everything as well, right? So once you see me, for example, move out and I block traffic and I'm looking at traffic and my hands is out like this, everybody knows to slow down. That means that everybody can take off. They can pull out nice and easy and carry on. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are just the little
Yeah.
things that I'm gonna share the video tonight so people can kind of see it. So whoever's leading, they don't make that mistake. Don't get on the highway too fast. Don't ever take off fast, because now we got to play catch up. I'm gonna keep on stressing the lane changes. The beautiful thing about long rides, the only times that we're gonna be doing lane changes is when we're either entering the highway. Once again, nobody moves over until the tail gunner moves into his lane. So when we get on the highway, you stay in your right lane. Do not get on the highway and then automatically you're leading the pack and you're shooting over into the middle lane. Don't do that. Stay in your lane until every single rider gets on the pack. If there's a rider that's dragging behind, it's my job as the road gunner, as the tail gunner, to tell that dude to pick his ass up and catch up. If he don't want to catch up, what he's telling me is that he wants to ride his own ride. I have no problem with that. But that person would have, and remember, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to the people who's going to see the video, just to give y'all a heads up,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
If that person does not want to ride at the tempo that we're riding, then that person is now riding by his or herself. That means that they can break formation. They're no longer a part of this pack, because what happens is you're now putting the whole entire pack in danger, because you're pulling back too far, and now you're giving cars the opportunity to cut in front of us and cause chaos, right? So once again, we're not going fast. We're not doing craziness. So if somebody can't keep up with a basic tempo, then there's nothing wrong with them going on their own path. Now, let me get back to the lane changes. The lane changing is very difficult to understand because even the clubs have problems with this. But I know that the more I stress this and the more you guys hear my passion, the better you're going to get. You're going to be like, damn, this dude is like a drill sergeant, but he's really good because we're getting better at our understanding on the highways, right? When we go on the highway, what's the first thing that we do not do?
Speed up real fast, accelerate, and lead the pack.
There you go. And then what's the second thing?
Lane changing.
That's
Stay in
right.
that right lane.
Stay in the lane.
Wait for the
Now-
tail gunner to pop out so we all can jump in.
Exactly. So we all going, right? Tail gunner
Yep.
comes over. Hazards are on. The man in front of me from the back, he starts to move over, and everybody else start to move over from the back. So let's say it's Ron, well, two Ron. Let's say it's Mr. Extra, it's Turner, it's Eli, and it's Sensei. Sensei is doing tail gunner. All four of us go on the highway. Eli is in front of me. Extra is in front of Eli. Turner is in front of Extra. You got that layout so far?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
I get on the back. I'm behind you guys. So now when I move over, who's in front of me?
I'm
Who's
in front of you.
me? All right. Now Eli moves over. Who's in front of Eli?
Ron.
Extra,
Yeah, me.
right? So
Yeah.
then Ron moves over, and then the other Ron moves over. So now everybody's moving over from the rear, which means that the dude in the front never have to worry about anything. All he got to do is move over. But what happens is everybody start to try to move over the same time. It starts to get a little sloppy, right? So we want to look professional, and we're going to have a lot of road to practice this. So now I moved over to the middle lane. So we have one more lane to get over. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to now wait to make sure there's no cars coming, no trucks. I'm making sure that we are clear. So when I move over now, you guys don't have to worry about no cars. Y'all already see me in that lane. Then now you move over. Now we're in the far left. That's the only time we got to worry about lane changes. The second time to worry about lane changes on long rides is when we have to pull over to the gas stop, or when we get to our destination, or if something happened to somebody's motorcycle. If something happens to your bike and you can make it over to your far right, immediately make it over to your far right. Don't wait. If you see a clearance that you could break formation, make it over to your far right lane. We never want to stop on the far left. That's the most dangerous places to stop. When I went to Wisconsin, me and my son was riding, and I'm 2 hours away from home. My front tire, a fat piece of that front tire, pop, bro. I felt it too. Thank God it wasn't the whole tire that blew up. It was a big meat. And I started working my way over towards the right because that's where you're safer. It's more, you can exit there easier, and you don't have to worry about so much danger on the far right lane. Any questions on what I'm saying so far?
No, that's pretty straightforward. But I think I'm gonna take you up on that offer of being a blocker or the tail gunner this trip.
Okay, I didn't offer you to be a tail gunner.
Nah, so I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I feel like he insinuating that we need to take ownership. Ron has been leading way too much. He been leading too many of the pack. So we're gonna step up. We got you.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so you be tail gunner some of the rides. I'll be the blocker. That way you can see what I'm doing. If I'm leading the pack, right, I'll lead the pack and I won't be filming during that time. But when I'm not leading, when I'm not in the front, y'all gonna see me coming off the line and pulling up next to you guys. My camera's gonna be rolling. Another thing I'm gonna be doing, you're gonna notice it. When I'm rolling with my camera, I'm not watching. My camera's gonna be on my bike and it's gonna be turned just like this. The camera's doing the job of what it needs to do. I don't need to worry about endangering nobody. So my camera's rolling, I'm good to go. When I'm looking at you guys and you see me looking at your bikes, don't be afraid to put your hands up or, do some stuff. And we're having fun. That's the point. We're trying to invigorate brothers and sisters to be a part of this thing. But what I'm looking at, Eli, being that you're gonna definitely start stepping up to this stuff, is I'm looking at your tire pressures. I'm looking at your bike. I'm analyzing your bike. I want to make sure I don't see nothing hanging. I don't want to see nothing like loose. So that's another thing that increased safety. Me and a bunch of my club brothers, we went down to Key West last year. Bro, we riding. My man Crunch pulls up next to me. He's like, "Yo, Sensei," and he's doing like this. The rack on my tour pack on my saddlebags was lingering off of one screw. It was just hanging. The second time, the same Crunch, we down in Miami and we going, we cutting through, everybody's taking videos and photos because, it's not a lot of bikes during that time. Bro, his whole entire tour pack on the CVO just falls off his damn bike. Yeah, because Harley Davidson did some work on the CVO, and guess what? They did not adjust it properly. It's like it has a remote lock that opens the thing, a bunch of stuff. They messed it up. You feel me? The same trip, the hotel we going to now. If you go and watch my video, when I went to Key West, you're gonna see me and Risky fixing his bike, and we cracking jokes, and his freaking exhaust was slipping off because the bolt that he had on it was not tight enough. So, and we made fun of it because nobody got hurt. But my point to you is this: the bigger the group, right, the more dangers can occur, because you got people who don't check their tires. You got people who don't do this. I'm gonna be checking everybody's stuff, bro. I'm checking everybody's stuff. Like I'm checking everybody. Y'all check my stuff too, because there might be something that I missed that y'all didn't see. Ron, Eli, we rode down to when we went down to your spot, Augusta, right? Bro, I had to pull over. The whole power in my bike stopped. Mr. Extra thought I was recording a video when I pull up to tell
Yeah, that's what.
I was like, I'm gonna pull over, but he thought I was recording a video. But all the power in my bike went out because there was a wire that was pinching. Those little things, guys. And that's pretty much it, man. Everything else from this only becomes experience after that. That's it. It only becomes experience. And what I will tell you guys, and then I'll shut up, the stuff that I just share with you, if you can't make it fun, then sell your motorcycle or just bar hop. Because when you on the road, things will happen. And if you can't be humorous about it and remember that this is going to be a story that you're going to be able to tell people 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, then don't ground pound, because when you ground pound, anything can happen. Keep a quart of oil in your bike at all times. If I had to choose between a quart of oil and rain gear, I'm choosing the quart of oil. I don't mind getting wet, but I don't want my bike burning out on me. That makes sense or no?
Yeah,
It does.
Ooh, I'm shutting up now. Shut up.
No,
Anything
that's some good pointers. I think we touched on everything. So we got the state sign. We got that, so rest area. We got the lane changes and all that good stuff. What's your thoughts on music, right? So here's my thing. I only ridden with you guys, so Ron and Solo. I'm not a big fan of music, especially the first couple hours of the stretch. To each other's bikes, you know what I'm saying? And you hear a lot of people talk about that too, like listening to your bike, for the first couple hours while you're on that road. What's your thoughts on that, Ron and Sensei? Both Ron and Sensei. What's your thoughts on music and all that stuff? While stretching out on the highway.
Well, me, I have my Bluetooth in my helmet, so I had to listen to my music through my helmet. I'm not a big fan of blasting music because, to your point, certain things you can't hear if you got your music blasting. So.
Yep. I'm a fan of the music in the helmet versus just straight loud. Because then it's hard to hear. Like for instance, Sensei, it's hard to hear a tire pop, and that joke loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mr. Extra. Because I did
Yo,
Eli had asked you also what your thoughts is on it.
I pretty much play my music loud anyway while I'm riding, but it
You
get to a
so
certain
you
point where it get on my nerves. I
mhm.
cut it down.
No, I got you. And I'm coming from a safety standpoint, right? So that we're gonna have fun, but the biggest thing is just safety. I feel like until we're fully stretched out, like everybody's, they're comfortable, but a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because we don't want to get too comfortable, because then jokers start falling asleep on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Them jokers got they highway pegs out, sensei, and they lean back, man. And that sun feeling good. They're gonna start getting that heavy eye.
that's when it's time to
So
pull
now
over.
I'm just coming from a safety standpoint, right? Because we on couches, we on that iron couch, so it's comfortable and all that. But I just want to. I'm coming from a safety standpoint. That's the reason why I asked how you guys feel about it. And plus, we're gonna be riding long. We're gonna be riding long distances together, so I kind of want to get a feel for what you guys feel uncomfortable, what you guys do or do not like. That way, I can take it into consideration, right? Because I don't want to be on the highway next to you selfish. I mean, we're both going 80, 85.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you make it back home to your family too. So if you're not feeling comfortable with something that I'm doing on my bike, we kind of got to communicate that to each other. That way, we all get to our destination safely. So that's the reason why I asked about music.
That's a good
Because
question.
that can throw somebody off, bro.
Yeah,
You
it
come
does.
zooming by, or
It throws me off. Throws me
you know
off.
what I'm saying. So that's the reason why I asked.
Yeah,
That's a great
it's a good
question.
question.
When you're on the highway, you could blast your music all day. We ain't gonna hear it. We're not gonna hear it. When you're on that highway, you're gonna hear your bike and your bike only, and the dude in front of you. You're gonna hear that bike. But when we get into like local roads, like when we pull off and everybody's blasting their music all at once, I get a headache from that. I wish that people would just turn their music down when you get into certain areas. Just turn it down, because you got five guys playing different music. It's just noise, and it wears me out when I hear it. It irritates me, but I could never tell people what to do. They grown people. I'll just take a note. Ain't gonna ride with his ass. Ain't riding with his ass. Ain't riding with his ass. Because I take notes, bro.
Well, to that point, I mean, because I've ridden several different places, and one year we went to Sturgis, me and a buddy of mine, and we were in Kansas. We were in Kansas, and I still ride with him, but we had a little situation, and it was all because of music. Next thing we know, cops pull up. We just mind our own business. Said we were disturbing the peace.
Oh God.
So it's stuff like that we want to be aware of too. And like
Yeah.
you said earlier, everybody's a grown man. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do.
Nope.
It's just my personal preference.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
facts. Yeah, that's a good share too, Ron. Thank you, bro. And yo, Eli, that's a great question. Yo, any more questions, guys? Because you know what, these calls, what I'm gonna start doing with these calls, man, I'm gonna be sharing these calls on YouTube. The stuff that we're not talking about, private stuff, like where we talking about like riding information. So if there's any questions you guys got, there's a lot of new riders, like people who reach out to me all the time, and they'll ask me a whole bunch of questions because they get so inspired by the rides and the stuff that they see. And I feel like these calls is kind of like one-on-one for them, right? They get to hear not only from me, but they get to hear from other people as well. So if there's any more questions that you guys have, or concerns, or if you never ridden for a long ride, what are some of the things that you think it might be going through your head? That's what I tell people all the time. If you have never ridden 5 hours before, don't go and ride 10. You know what I mean? Like, break it down into parts, break it down into pieces. When you think about it, I always think about my rides like I love Netflix, right? So I always think about me binging on a show. So when I get to 2 hours, I'm like, yeah, that's about 2 episodes right now. I would still be sitting on the couch. I got 4 more episodes to go. I'm still sitting on the couch for 4 hours. I will go 4 hours straight with no problem, because that's how I break it down into my mind. I break it down into Netflix episodes. You see what I'm saying? When I start getting tired, my immediate response is not to pull over, because I don't get tired to where I'm sleepy. I get tired to where my ass start hurting me. Right? So I will shift my right butt cheek off the bike for a bit, shift off to the left a little bit, do a little shoulder roll, a little rotation, and then I yell like a madman in my helmet. I start talking to myself, call myself all types of names of just fun stuff, like I'm in the gym. Let's go, you black piece of. Let's go. Stop being a wuss. You know what I'm saying? Push another hour. Open your damn eyes. Open up your visor. Let the wind smack you in the eyeballs. Stuff like that. And it works. It works. So if y'all see me doing crazy stuff, now y'all know. Yo, if y'all ain't got nothing more, man, like I said, I'm respecting time, man. I just want to get on here, touch base and all these little things. The meetup time is still the same. I'm getting up real early. Meeting up at Falcons first, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm coaching a few people in the morning. Then I'm going right to lay down and relax. Even if I don't sleep, I'm gonna relax because the excitement. You want to be up. And then we're gonna meet up at the summit. And from the summit, we out 4 o'clock. We're not pulling out no later than 4:15. Y'all heard?
Right. Yep. So
All right.
just one thing I want to circle back on this before we get off. Meeting up with you guys. So I'll be coming up from Tampa. I sent you my text message, Sensei.
Yep.
With and I already had your number in my phone.
Yeah.
But just want to give you that. But yeah, I guess once you get close to Gainesville, I can look on that Glimpse app. I'll have to figure out how to work it, so I've never done it. But once you guys get to Gainesville, then I'll start heading out from the house.
Okay.
But there's a Love's truck stop right at mile marker 314. It's a town called Bushnell.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably meet there, and it's right off the interstate. It's not too far.
Okay.
But
There's not to cut you off, Ron, but
no, you're fine.
isn't Donald coming up from Tampa too?
Wait,
Yeah,
Donald?
somebody said it. There's somebody else coming up from Tampa. I don't
Yeah,
know that
Donald
person.
and his cousin. Yeah, Donald and his cousin coming
Oh,
up
those
from
are the ones
Tampa
that.
too. So
Oh, okay.
No. He's meeting us. He's meeting us at Summit. His mother lives down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his mom lives in Miami. She lives close to the location. So he's gonna be staying with his mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's
Got you. Okay.
he's riding down with us, but then he's gonna stay with his mom, and he's gonna meet us in the morning, so we can continue on into Key West.
Eli,
Got you.
Eli, would you mind giving me your number and I can text you mine?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me know when you're ready.
Don't
I'm
throw
ready.
it out there. Don't throw it out there yet. Just I'll share it because remember this is gonna go public.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Like I don't mind giving my number, but people don't need to get y'all numbers. There's a lot of freaks in the world. They'll start calling Eli, but like, ooh, your bald head looks great. There's a lot of freaks. Like, what? Yo. But yeah, guys. So another thing too, while we're here, right? So just to give an example, like with the Ride Fit Nation, the part that a lot of people neglect is the fit part, right? Is the fit part. A lot of people associate fit to being muscular and built and all this nonsense. No, it's about having the ability to maintain your strength as a rider. And people don't realize that it's essential. So what I'm getting ready to start doing, I was on the phone with my PR this morning. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm the trainer for Dr. Oz. If you've ever heard of Dr. Oz before, my job is I coach a lot of big name folks that I don't name, but top celebrities, billionaires, millionaires, and I'm not bragging. I'm just telling y'all what I do. And for me, the motorcycle industry has quickly become one of the most unhealthiest industries. The average guy you see riding a hog, no disrespect, they look like hogs. And the whole idea is for me to start creating content, which I know will never get a lot of viewership because for some reason people kind of ignore those messages. But I'm on the phone with my PR people this morning. I used to do a lot of TV, and we're going to start a campaign for becoming a fitter rider, and also bringing awareness to motorcyclists and motorists, people who don't respect bikers and don't understand. For example, if you are at a light, they don't understand that when you take off at a light, you're not speeding. Your motorcycle is smaller, it's way lighter, and you're going to take off faster than a big car. So they immediately associate, oh, look at him, he got to speed. No, we're not speeding. There's no laws that's protecting us as riders. Our life is literally in the hands of the person behind the wheel, because a person can see you and hit you, and they will tell the police officer, I did not see him. I'm sorry. 9 times out of 10, if that person doesn't have alcohol in his or her system, what's going to happen to them?
They're gonna get off.
They're going to get off. So there are no laws. There are no laws protecting riders except for California. California is a little more stricter in California. Somebody tried to debate with me about lane splitting and all this crap. So California is the only state. They have some states where you can do certain things. California, you can lane split safely, and you know what happens, bro? The cars moves over. I lived in California for 5 years. I'm riding my motorcycle with police going through traffic. Most of the times, the cars move over. If a car decided to come out and hit you by mistake, they will be liable. The only state. So why I'm saying this is I'm saying this once again for the public, not just for y'all. We need to start to get more legislative things going on. We need to start reaching out to more people, start getting riders involved with getting our cries out. I don't know about you guys, but I've lost a couple of brothers on bikes. I've lost a cousin. I've lost another good friend of mine. I've lost people on motorcycles, right? And I don't want it to be any of us. This is why I take riding so serious. I don't take this as a joke. So we need to start getting more awareness and seeing, okay, who has the connections of the right people that we can start to get some rules in place. If we can get 1 million riders signing a document of saying, yo, we need this, then we need to start doing that. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not, but I'm putting this out there. So whoever sees it, somebody might see it and say, yo, I got somebody. How do we get started? What do you guys feel about what I'm saying?
I think
That'll
it's
work.
good. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely down with that. And I got a brother that's he's a DA too. So if you ever need help with anything law related, I got a brother that's a attorney. He was part of the New York Bar Exchange. So if you got any thing dealing with any anything law related, or you need some help, he got connections and I got access to him. So
okay,
let me know.
Yeah, we need it.
Okay.
We need it. Mr. Extra, you said something?
I was just agreeing, like,
Okay. Yeah, fellas. So hey man, I love y'all brothers. I appreciate y'all. I'm excited like crazy. I'm gonna go work out. I'm sipping this pre-workout. I'm gonna get myself real fatigued. So tomorrow I'll sleep. So that when we riding, I'm rested. I'm ready to go. Before we go, hey, at the gas station, y'all already know. The gas station, if y'all pay attention to me, y'all know what's gonna happen at every damn gas station, right?
25.
25.
How many gas stops you doing, man?
We're doing like, hey, we're gonna do about 5 gas stop, dogs. We're doing 25 at every gas stop. We have 125 push-ups in the bag.
That ain't too bad.
Nah.
Hey, that's definitely enough to keep you up, though. I tell you.
That's what I'm saying, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, I'll see y'all, brothers. I'll see y'all Friday morning. Ron Turner, I will see you in Florida when we get out that area. So you said Gainesville, right?
Yeah, when you guys get to Gainesville, then I'm gonna start heading up, meet up at that mile marker, 314.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, brother. Yo, peace, fellas. Thank you for joining in.
All right, fellas.
all right, see y'all Friday.
Ron, I'm gonna drop my number in the chat, Ron.
Okay.
There we
All
go.
right.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Peace.
bro.
Later.
Peace.